In life, not every love story shines with perfection. Some are quiet, fragile, and painful, yet still filled with hope. This is one of those stories, a story about love that endures sickness, loneliness, and guilt. My name is Meguri Moriyama, and this is my love story. For the past 3 years, I've been married to a man named Daichi, the kindest and most patient husband anyone could ask for. He's a hard worker, a man with dreams and quiet strength. Our first 2 years of marriage were beautiful, full of laughter, shared breakfasts, and evening walks under the warm glow of the streetlights. But that all changed 1 year ago, when life decided to test us in a way I never imagined. Daichi was diagnosed with diabetes, and over time, it began to affect his body, especially his ability to be intimate. At first, we didn't think it was serious. We thought medicine, patience, and love could fix everything. But months passed and nothing changed. The man who used to hold me close every night now slept with his back turned, silently battling his own pain and shame. And me, I was torn between love and loneliness. Every time I looked at him, my heart ached. I could see his sadness hiding behind his smile, the guilt in his eyes whenever I tried to reach for him. He thought he had failed me, alayhi salam, a man, and I thought I was failing him, alayhi salam, a wife. At school, where I work, alayhi salam, a high school teacher, I had to keep smiling, pretending everything was fine. The students, especially the boys, often teased me, calling me Sensei Meguri, the angel of our class. They didn't know that behind my smile was a heart struggling to stay whole. Every day, I gave my energy to teaching, to being cheerful, because at home, the silence between me and Daichi was too heavy to bear. One weekend, Daichi stayed in bed most of the day. He said he was tired, but I could see the despair in his eyes. At night, I woke up and saw him sitting by the window, tears streaming down his face as he whispered, "I'm sorry, Meguri. I'm not the husband you deserve." Those words shattered me. I wanted to run to him, to hold him, but something in his pain kept me frozen. I didn't want to make him feel smaller than he already did. Days passed. Our conversations became short, our meals quieter. Sometimes I caught him staring at me, not with love, but with sorrow, like a man already saying goodbye. And one day, he, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, something that broke his heart completely. It was my mistake, a moment of weakness. A male colleague from school invited me to the movies. Just alaihi salam friends, I told myself. But when Daichi found out, the look in his eyes said everything. He didn't yell, didn't question me. He just smiled weakly and said, "Did you enjoy the movie?" and then turned away. That night, he cried again, quietly like he always did, and I realized I had hurt the only person who never stopped loving me, even when he was breaking inside. From that day, I swore to make things right. I started to take care of him more, cooking his favorite meals, sitting by his side even when he pushed me away. I learned to love him in silence, to give warmth without expecting anything in return. It wasn't easy. Sometimes I felt like a shadow in my own home. But deep down, I knew love isn't always about passion or perfection. Sometimes love is just staying, even when it hurts. Months passed. Daichi's health slowly improved. He began walking more, eating healthier, and even started smiling again. And one evening, alayhi salam, we sat watching the sunset from our porch. He reached for my hand for the first time in months. His grip was weak, but his eyes were full of something I hadn't seen in a long time. Peace. He whispered, "Thank you for not giving up on me." I smiled through my tears. because the truth was, I almost had. From that day, our relationship changed. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. We learned that love isn't measured by touch, but by presence, by the quiet ways we care for each other when no one's watching. Daichi once thought he was less of a man, but to me, he was everything. I sometimes think back to that dark period of our marriage, and I realize pain doesn't destroy love. It reveals who truly loves you, even in silence. And that's what I'll always hold on to. That's my story, the story of how love can survive even when everything else falls apart. So friends, that was the story of Meguri Moriyama, a woman who learned that love is not about perfection, but endurance. Sometimes the greatest love stories are not about fireworks or romance, but about standing beside someone when the world turns cold. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heartfelt storytelling like this. And remember, love doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real. See you in the next story.